That's it.
The thing's up in that thing, so
Had to add another block to get it to clear the tires.
well accomplished.
Got it on the ground just in time. Starting to rain. Now that I got the cab off, I can start stripping all this stuff down. Gas tank's gonna go. The shield, all the gas brake lines, fuel lines. Get this stripped down, get it sandblasted and painted. Get these mounts cut off. I'll get this front differential pulled out, the front CV shafts, and then I can start new front suspension, convert into a two-wheel drive. So I'm going to try to convert it to coilovers. For as rusty as this frame is, and crusty and flaky, I don't see any cracks yet or holes. I will see more when I tear it down, get more tore down, and get it sandblasted. So hopefully it's good. Right now I'm thinking about cutting this cross member out and all this. I'm gonna try to get the gas tank right here with a filler spout coming out the back that I can maybe hide behind the license plate. I'll have to see how it plays out with the bed. And I'm thinking about taking out this cross member and putting in a new one that's flat across. Because if I were to take that out, I'm going to gain probably 3 inches in height of the bed. So, or less that I have to raise the floor of the bed up to clear it. So I might wind up taking that out, putting a new one in. It'll mean shorter shocks, but that's no big deal. I might even at some point wind up going to a 4-link, but I don't know yet. We'll see. Ironically, right after saying that, I find this right here and here. That's not tied to any suspension, so not super concerned. I'll wind up making some sort of piece to go in there and weld it in. Or as I said, if I decide to go to a 4-link, I'll just cut this right out, put a new cross member in, and tie my 4-link into this. So, or maybe move it up. We'll have to see how that would play out. Got the brake lines and fuel lines off. Should have seen all the rust come out of the gas line when I dumped it out. It was bad. From here, I start tearing down the front end, getting the front differential out. I already had my engine hoist over here, so I'm going to use that to pick up the frame. Got my jack stands ready. Got the wheels chocked. I'm going to pick it up, set the jack stands in there, and go to work. Well, that's a little odd. Different nut than the rest. Look at all that corrosion. Go grab my center nut socket real quick and I'll be right back. I'm going to give my 1 1/4 a try. There she be. Next, I'll take off the caliper. There's a bolt here and a bolt down here. And for the brake line, since it's broke up here, I'm just going to take this off all as one. And then I'll have to get to the brake caliper bracket, pull this off, go from there. This bolt is a 10mm. These two are 13. And then, let's see if I can get in there. The one that holds the caliper bracket on right here is a 15mm. There's two of those. Wow, that came out really easy. I wouldn't normally spray WD-40 on my brake rotor, but this is all going to be replaced, so it don't matter. Got the big boy out. Great. Rounding right off. Well, it's not what I wanted to happen. I guess that means either I cut it off or I tried to take the hub and rotor all as one. That's my options. Wound up welding a nut on there. Hopefully that holds and we'll break it free. That was the trick. Okay, this bracket can come off. Unfortunately, I think this is all seized on there. So I'm going to beat that off. Got my sockets on there. This side's a 17. This side's the 15. Well, I've got the differential loose. Started pushing it over, and my CV shaft was hitting my shock, so I had to take off my shock, pull it out of the way a little bit. Now I'm going to see if I can pull this through and get that side completely out, so I can then drop the pig down and slide it out that way. That's the plan. Well, I ran into a problem. I'm tight here. Can't go any farther. And I'm still hung up. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. I was really hoping I didn't have to tear off the half shafts, but it might come down to it. We'll see if I can figure something out. So I did some research on how to take the shafts out. And apparently all you have to do is take a pry bar and pry this out of the housing. So we're going to try that, and hopefully I don't spill a bunch of oil all over the place. So that should give me enough room to move that way and pull these shafts through. We shall see. Well, it's out. Now on to the rest. Guess the next step is to take off the sway bar. I'm probably going to take the rack and pinion out, make it easier to sandblast. And take off the rear sway bar, rear shocks, It's all stripped down and ready to go. Gonna get it loaded up. There it is, all loaded up. Ready to take it to get blasted. Blasted and put in primer.